Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. In this one today, I wanted to count down the top 5 best COD Zombies games of all time. We will be including the non-Treyarchs for this list, and this list is also going to be my own personal opinion. So with all that out of the way with, let's get right into it. Coming into our number 5 spot, we have Black Ops 1 Zombies. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to hate me for putting this game really low, but I never got the hype for this game like most others. There are a lot of things to love about Black Ops 1, like the M1911, some of the survival maps like Kunitoden, and even some of the more Easter egg focused maps like Moon and Shangri-La. But there are a lot of problems with Black Ops 1 that people just like to skip over because they're blinded by nostalgia for this game. A big issue that I have with Black Ops 1 is the weapons. Not so much the weapons themselves when it comes to the damage, but the ammo that these weapons have. You will run out of ammo with almost any gun in this game within 2 to 3 rounds, unless you're using an LMG. There are a ton of great weapons that deal a fair amount of damage, like the SPAS or the Commando, but I never find myself using them long term because they run out of ammo too quickly. Another problem that I have with this game is the color palettes. This entire game, with the exception of Shangri-La, looks gray, bland, and overall not that appealing to the eyes. This was a problem for the longest time in Zombies. World at War had it the worst, but Black Ops 1 wasn't that much better, especially with some of these maps like Ascension that just look horrible. One positive thing that I will say about Black Ops 1 is that they nailed it with the difficulty for a lot of these maps. You have some easy maps like Kino, Ascension, and even Moon to some extent, and you have some difficult maps like Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, and 5. While some of the harder maps may not be my favorite, I think they serve a great addition to the mode overall. Black Ops 1 has a lot of issues, but it is also the game that made zombies popular, and without it, I wouldn't be making these videos today. So I'm gonna be putting it at the number 5 spot. Moving into our number 4 spot, we have IW Zombies. This game has so many features that are better made than a lot of the Treyarch games. My favorite thing about this game is the boss fights. There is a phenomenal boss fight on almost every single map in this game. The aliens from Zombies in Spaceland are a great challenge and have some unique mechanics. Same goes for the boss on Raven the Redwoods. Attack of the Radioactive Thing has a boss fight which uses parkour, which we've never seen in Zombies before. And on top of all of that, you have Mephistopheles once you complete them all, which is arguably the best boss fight in all of Call of Duty Zombies. It's a great game for people who want challenging Easter eggs and boss fights. I love the weapon selection as well. One thing that this game does that I find really unique is giving multiple attachments for weapons, both in-game and outside of the game in the menus. On Zombies in Spaceland, you have all the different barrel cores that you can put on for each of the weapon that each have their own separate abilities. You have Fate of Fortune cards, which aren't as good as Gobblegums, but they're much better than elixirs from Black Ops 4. The only reason I can't put this game any higher is because some of the maps are really horrible, like Attack of the Radioactive Thing, Shaolin Shuffle, and The Beast from Beyond. But it doesn't take away from the other incredible maps that this game has to offer, like Zombies in Spaceland and Raven the Redwoods. Black Ops 1 might have better maps overall in comparison to IW, but in terms of gameplay features, I have to give the win to IW Zombies. You can put me on a horrible map like Transit and Die Rise, but if the mechanics and features on those maps are good, then it's enough for me to have a good experience. With that being said, IW is a phenomenal game when it comes to mechanics and boss fights, but because it has some pretty bad maps, I can't put it higher on this list, so we're gonna keep it at our number 4 spot. Next up, coming into our number 3 spot, we have Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 was the first COD Zombies game that I ever played, and unfortunately my first map was Transit. But even with that bad first experience, I regard Black Ops 2 as one of the best. The The first maps released for this game were quite possibly some of the worst we've ever received in a COD Zombies game. For the most part, I just played Town because I didn't know much about the Easter eggs or the story during the time, and that map was just far more fun to play on in comparison to Transit or Die Rise. Once we got Mob of the Dead and Origins, this game got 100 times better. Both of these maps are considered to be two of the best of all time, and for good reasons. The atmosphere and story that is told on Mob of the Dead is some of the best we've ever seen in Zombies, and Origins has so many things that you can do on it that it makes for one of the best maps to constantly come back and revisit. This was also the first time ever in Zombies where you could adjust what round you want to start on and how difficult the zombies could be. We got some of the greatest wonder weapons as well for this game, like the staffs, the Sliquifier, the Vitrolic Withering, and the Paralyzer. I really want to put this game higher up on the list because there's so much to love about it, and it has a close place in my heart because it was the first game that got me into COD Zombies. But unfortunately, every good thing that Treyarch does in this game is followed up by a couple of bad things. Yes, the great parts in this game are really good, like Origins, Mob of the Dead, the AN-94, and the SVU, but you have bad parts that fall on the opposite spectrum, like Transit, Die Rise, the SMR, and the War Machine. A great game, but for those bad aspects, I can't put it higher on the list. Coming to our number 2 spot, we have Black Ops Cold War. Now, if me putting Black Ops 1 at the number 5 spot didn't trigger you, putting this game at the number 2 spot definitely will. In my opinion, Black Ops Cold War is so close, yet so far away from being considered a perfect game. The mechanics in this game are the best that we have ever seen in Zombies. The triple pack-a-punch system works perfectly in this game and is a huge step up from the Black Ops 4 pack-a-punch system. The weapon rarity system, although a bit rough around the edges, serves as an overall great system to make every weapon feel powerful and unique. Cold War also allows you to upgrade everything at your disposal in the game, like weapons, perks, ammo mods, and specialist weapons. The armor system is great, and when paired with Jug, it makes for a great health system for this game. The wonder weapons are very fun to use. You have the ray gun, which received a massive buff and became one of the best wonder weapons in the entire game. You have the Die with all of its variants, which although isn't the most effective wonder weapon, it is very fun to use. And how could I forget about the Cerberus, which is not only the best wonder weapon in this game, but one of the greatest of all time. Everything in this game when it comes to mechanics is fun, it all feels different, yet somehow stays true to the Zombies formula. The only thing that sucks with this game is the maps. They are better than a lot of the maps in IW and Black Ops 2, but they are much worse in comparison to the best maps for each of those games respectively. If I were to rank all the Cold War zombie maps in comparison to other zombie games, they would all fall somewhere in the middle, which sucks because if there were better maps on this game, it would be a perfect COD Zombies game all around. But even with better maps, I don't think it would come close to beating out our number 1 spot. And with our number 1 spot, you already knew that this game was going to make the list before you even clicked on the video. It's Black Ops 3. The Zombies health system is perfect. It has some of the greatest maps that we've ever experienced in a COD Zombies game. The weapons all feel powerful with the implementation of alternate ammo types. The Gobblegum system was one of the best microtransaction systems that we have ever seen. The story is excellent and told very well. I could go on and on about all the things that there is to love about this game. If you aren't convinced enough that this is the best COD Zombies game, throw in Zombies Chronicles and Custom Zombies, and it becomes the most replayable, content-packed, and unique Zombies experience that we've ever seen. Even without those 2 giant features, I would still put the base game at the number 1 spot because of the incredible maps like Shadows of Evil, Derision Drac, and Gurad Krovi. Even the not so good maps like Zetsubo and Revelations are phenomenal in comparison to other zombie games. If you're new to zombies, it's a very easy game to get into because you have the 3-hit down system and the giant also as a launch map. If you're a hardcore player, you have some of the most in-depth zombie Easter eggs to ever exist. If you're an old school guy and you just want to play older maps and older experiences, you have Zombies Chronicles. Black Ops 3 is a game for everyone, regardless of skill or interest. There is a feature for you. I don't want to talk anymore about how great this game is because you guys already know that it is. So for that, we're gonna have to put it at our number 1 spot. Anyways guys, that's going to wrap up the video for today. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, do all that. So leave your comments down below if you want to see me do any other type of content. Check down the description as well for more zombie related videos. And yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.